Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Movie and TV Talk. And for this episode, we're going to talk about movies, TV shows, and video games. And I'm actually really looking forward to discussing all of these fun stories. Now, they're a little older, minus one, and I'm going to do it in reverse order of least interesting to most interesting. So we're going to talk about Batman v Superman, then we're going to talk about Captain Marvel, then we're going to talk about Pokemon Sun and Moon, then we're going to talk about Zootopia, and then we'll briefly talk about Once Upon a Time. So we have a lot to cover in this period of time. Obviously, the video could be as long as I want it, but who wants to hear me talk for over 20 minutes? I don't even want to talk for 20 minutes. So let's go into the first thing I want to discuss, which was the new Batman v Superman trailer that came out. It's the Ultimate Edition trailer. Now, I was not a fan of Batman v Superman. I did not like the directing or the writing, and I thought the visuals were extremely heavy. Warner Brothers has a huge problem in this area. Now, I recently have started to watch Arrow, and Arrow is like spectacularly written. But then when I look at the DC live action films, particularly, Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, there's just some disconnect. There's something wrong there. Now, the Ultimate Edition is supposed to be a rated R version of Batman v Superman, and it's supposed to have extended scenes and whatnot, and it's supposed to have Jenna Malone's appearance as Barbara Gordon. Now, I am not too aware of Jenna Malone's work, so I have no critique of that. But my critique is on Zack Snyder's part being, why would you cut her out if you were going to include her in the first place? And it's also a critique of the Warner Brothers executives, where I would say, you guys have all this great material, you have this fantastic source material, and you've seen the Marvel formula, might I add. The Marvel formula is very simple to copy, and it's a standard for superhero films. Now, I'm not saying for DC just to copy Disney Marvel, but there's something they can do to make the film a bit more interesting. I know that Batman v Superman there's just so many issues with it. And I'm wondering how good this Ultimate Edition is. Now, there was the trailer that came out, and honestly, the trailer didn't engage me at all. Even Jenna Malone's scene, I was like, well, she's not in her Batgirl suit, and she's just talking to Amy Adams. It's just kind of boring. So I guess my question is here, are you guys fans of Batman v Superman? Did you like the trailer? Do you think there's more to offer? The one issue about Batman v Superman I had was the lack of dialogue between the two characters. Now, separately, they were really good. I loved Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck's performance, and I also loved Gal Gadot's performance in the film as well. And I actually really like that she's on the front cover of the film, or of the Blu-ray. But I'm just like, if there's a problem with your film, which clearly there were many problems, why would you not want to give us everything that you have that you thought was good? Because by shortening it, I felt that it might have made the film have more issues. Anyway, that's just my take on this story. So the film comes out June 28th, which is in 22 days, so 3 weeks, more or less, from today. And we'll be seeing that in digital HD, then it'll come on Blu-ray on the 19th. Now, if you can, and if you are fans, I would say wait to see the Blu-ray for this one reason. Normally, DC movies or Warner Brothers films come with a ton of bonus features on their Blu-rays, which is actually a reason to buy them. Not so much a reason to see them in the movie theater. But like the Man of Steel Blu-ray came with a director's commentary with Zack Snyder. And even though I'm not Zack Snyder's biggest fan, in fact, I'm not a fan, I did watch the Man of Steel director's commentary, and I liked it. So I'm really curious to see like his perspective on Batman v Superman and maybe his perspective on the DCU going forward. Now, I know he's probably going to be slowly dropped from the DCU, but I want to see at least his perspective. I bought the art of Batman v Superman. You know, it's a really cool book to see this great perspective all these producers and writers and directors have, but it didn't convalesce properly. So either way, I don't think the trailer did anything for fans of the film because it's just like more to look at, and I don't think it's helping people who already panned the film critically. That was the first story. So I'm curious, will you be buying the Batman v Superman Blu-ray? I'll do an unboxing of it on Model Nerds at some point because I am curious to see all the extensive bonus features. So for the next story of the day, we have Brie Larson has been cast as Captain Marvel. Actually, I lied. She's not cast as Captain Marvel. She's Marvel's top rank to be Captain Marvel. Now, this is actually sort of shocking when a lot of us were thinking Emily Blunt or Charlize Theron would work really well as Captain Marvel as well. As you can see from the photos on the side, they kind of have all a very similar resemblance. Now, Brie Larson's 26. She was in Trainwreck with Amy Schumer, which is my only experience with her, but she's also an Academy Award winner for The Room. Now, Charlize Theron is also an Academy Award winner as well. Emily Blunt is not. But Charlize Theron, I feel, has more experience with visual effects. She's a bit more of an experienced actress and could pull off Captain Marvel a bit better than Brie Larson. However, Chris Evans has endorsed Brie Larson to be Captain Marvel should she get picked. So I'm really curious to see what do you guys feel about Brie Larson being cast or being possibly cast as Captain Marvel. I know a lot of us were thinking Emily Blunt could get the role because Emily Blunt just has, again, Captain Marvel's personality, which I kind of talked about in my Emily Blunt being cast as Mary Poppins news story in TV Movie Talk episode number 1. So now, like I said, she's an Academy Award winner, and so is Charlize, or she being Brie. So it's like Marvel's definitely bringing in the award winners right here, but I'm just curious to see like what their other draw is. For me, a more draw would be Emily Blunt or Charlize Theron as opposed to Brie Larson. That's just like the second story that I have. I'm not super into this yet because it hasn't been announced, and I need to actually watch more of her work to kind of get a better feel for her acting. I already like and support Charlize Theron and Emily Blunt, so that's why I felt that this was a little bit of a kick to them because they're just so talented and so good. I know the Huntsman Winter's War didn't do them any justice, but at least it gave them more experience with CGI visuals, which they are quite good at, dealing with. I mean, that scene when Emily Blunt is creating ice was excellent. There's obviously no ice there, and she's just able to pretend that it is, and it worked really well. And same with Charlize throwing the dark fae around. So, Brie Larson, Captain Marvel, are you a fan? Yeah or nay? I'm quite curious what you guys have to say about that. So then my other story is a quick thing in regards to Pokemon Sun and Moon. Now, we have lots and lots of photos to look at for Sun and Moon. So we have what our legendaries look like in their names. We have Solgaleo for the Sun legendary, and he is a Psychic and Steel type, which I think is really weird, seeing how he looks like a fire beast, and it looks like he comes from the sun. So the fact that he's not a fire Pokemon, I think is actually really weird. I don't like that. Then we have Lunala, which is a ghost and Psychic type as well. So it's funny. Solgaleo is a Psychic and Steel type, and then we have Lunala, who is Psychic and Ghost. So they're both Psychic, and then their opposing types are very much opposite. And I thought Lunala, one of you were saying that Lunala could be a fairy, and I actually kind of see why, especially since for the photo over here, Lunala has, the moon, I should say, has a pink essence around it, and I'm like, where's the fairy type? So I think their typing's a little off. Then we have what our new hero looks like. He looks fine. Actually, in my my other video on Model Nerds, where I got like pre-hero design or possible hero design, he looked a lot older, and here he actually looks really young. He almost looks around Ash's age. And granted, they're all supposed to be around 10, but I kind of would like a game where the character is a bit older. That's just me. No real comment on the girl, but you do get to really pick your character's designs. It looks like you have a very light skin with blonde hair to a dark skinned boy with very dark hair. Then you have just how the Aloha region looks. It looks like it's a series of 6 islands that you probably will have to take a boat around. I actually like the way it looks. It's based on Hawaii, and I think Hawaii is actually a really cool idea. I think there's a lot of regional diversity there. Then we have Professor Kukai, and then we have his assistant Lily, and then we have Huha, who I believe is going to be our best friend. These are just other side characters, obviously. I think Professor Kuki looks kooky, or Kukai. Lily, no real comment. And Hahua, I'm curious to see if he will act as like a goofy rival like May did to Brendan in the Sun or in the Ruby and Sapphire game. So that's just sort of like how these all look. I think the Legendary is a bit of a letdown. I think the region looks really cool in reference to side characters. It's all right. So the last thing that I really want to talk about is over the weekend, Zootopia made over $1 billion. It is now the 26th movie to do that, which is fantastic. It's also, I believe, the 11th Disney movie to do that as well. So I'm just going to go, I believe I have this order correct. If I'm incorrect, please let me know in the comments below. So, in order of most revenue brought in, it's Zootopia, Alice in Wonderland, Pirates 4, Toy Story 3, Pirates 2, Captain America Civil War, which still can make more money because it's still in the theater, Iron Man 3, Frozen, Avengers 2, Avengers 1, and Star Wars Episode 8. Episode 7. So those are Disney's highest grossing films. So Disney is doing phenomenal. Now, Zootopia is their second animated film that's not from Pixar to make over $1 billion, which is excellent. Toy Story 3 was the first animated film to make over $1 billion, and Frozen preceded that. So now Disney has 3 animated films under their belt to make over $1 billion. Universal has the Minions as well, which did make over $1 billion, but Disney is just owning it. Plus, they have all these other movies. However, Universal has a couple of other movies that have made over $1 billion, so has Warner Brothers and whatnot as well. But what's interesting to me here is most of the films that have made over $1 billion are the Marvel movies, obviously, because you have Avengers 1, Avengers 2, you have Captain America, and you have Iron Man 3. So that's 4 out of the 11. Star Wars 8 or 7 is by itself. Then you have Toy Story. Then you have Frozen and Zootopia, which is again in their own category. Then you have 2 of the Pirates, and Alice in Wonderland is so far the only live-action fairy tale film to make over $1 billion. But I feel Jungle Book is very close to it, so it'll be the next one up. I actually really love Zootopia. I thought it was a fantastic movie. I thought it hit some really interesting elements, and I'm really curious to see if Moana can pull off it. Zootopia was supposed to be the new Frozen, the new not new princess movie, but new Disney movie to make over $1 billion. Or excuse me, Moana was supposed to be the new Disney movie to be the next Frozen, but clearly that's Zootopia here. So Moana has quite a bit of competition for it. Finding Dory, I imagine, will make close to $1 billion, if not $1 billion. I'm wondering if we'll actually get to see Moana when Finding Dory comes out. So I really am proud of Zootopia. I think Jennifer Goodwin, she just made bank. She made bank from this, which is awesome for her. Jason Bateman, obviously this is probably his first movie to make over $1 billion, I believe. But it's really cool. What I also want to say is Pirates of the Caribbean 2 and 4 have also made over $1 billion, and so has Alice in Wonderland, and those movies all star Johnny Depp. So Johnny Depp has been in the $1 billion club many times as well, which is also good for him. Unfortunately, he won't get that with Alice Through Looking Glass, because Alice Through Looking Glass just has so many issues. So bad. Either way, those are the main stories I wanted to quickly discuss. So Zootopia's at $1 billion, Pokemon Sun and Moon has tons of information, and there's more to come out, I believe, in July. Brie Larson could be Captain Marvel with the support of Steve Rogers, with Chris Evans at her side. And then we have Jenna Malone coming to Batman v Superman in July, or technically in June soon, too. Last thing, I believe... Actually, no, I do have it. I just want to make sure that I have your name properly, Brian. Brian Gribio. I am sorry if I did mispronounce your name. You had asked me a couple days ago, is Once Upon a Time going to be part of this series, or is it going to stay separate? I did answer you in the comments, but I wanted to address it here because a lot of you guys are interested in Once Upon a Time. Once Upon a Time will get its own videos if the news is really big. More or less, the answer to that is yes. Like, for example, we find out that Elsa and Anna are coming back. Own video. If we find out who the new villain is, own video. But like little things like a release date mixed in here. And speaking of, as of now, the show has not got its release date. However, I believe it'll either be the last Sunday of September, which is the 25th, or be the first Sunday of October, which is the 2nd. So, which is also my sister's birthday. So anyway, that's everything I have. Zootopia's over $1 billion. Fantastic for Disney right there. That's a great movie. And share your thoughts about this in the comments below. I know I've kind of went over these stories, and I really like them. If there's anything else you want me to discuss, let me know in the comments below. Tweet me, Snapchat me, Facebook, I don't care. And we'll talk soon. All right, guys, thanks for watching. And a couple reaction videos come up. I have the Warner Brothers reaction to Warner Brothers Tarzan trailer number 3 that I want to do at some point. And I have a couple things to say about Warner Brothers. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.